Good day! Today, we are going to present Lesson 5, Rizal's Exile, Trial, and Death. Rizal's Exile in Dapitan. Upon Rizal's arrival in Manila on June 26, 1892, he was welcomed by Apolinario Mabini, Andres Bonifacio, Ambrosio Salvador, Pedro Serrano Lactao, Deodato Arellano, and other patriots. And altogether, they founded the La Liga Filipina, a secret organization that had no intention of rising up against the government. But the Spanish officials still felt threatened. 3 days after its establishment, Rizal was secretly arrested. Deportation to Dapitan. On July 6, 1892, Rizal was summoned to Malacanang. Governor General Despujol showed some leaflets entitled Pobres Frailes, or Poor Friars. Pobres Frailes were a satire against rich Dominican friars who amassed fabulous riches contrary to their monastic vow of poverty. Rizal denied having those leaflets, but despite his denial and insistent demand for investigation, he was placed under arrest and escorted to Fort Santiago by Ramon Despujol, the nephew and aide of the Governor General. Reasons for deportation. First is that Rizal had published books and articles abroad which showed disloyalty to Spain, and which were frankly anti-Catholic and imprudently anti-friar. These published books and articles pertains to Rizal's two novels, The Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, and the articles that he wrote in La Solidaridad, which the Spaniards found offending. Second, as mentioned before, leaflets of Pobres Frailes were found in his package. Third, Rizal dedicated his novel El Filibusterismo to Gomburza, which the Spaniards considered traitors, but Rizal extolled them as martyrs. Gomburza refers to the three martyred priests, Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, who were executed by Garrote in public on February 17, 1872, to serve as a lesson for the Filipinos to never go against the Spaniards again. They were tagged as the masterminds of Cavite Mutiny and were charged with treason and sedition. And the fourth and last reason is the statement, the end in which he pursues in his efforts and writings is to tear from the loyal Filipino breast the treasures of our holy Catholic faith, which the Spaniards found to be anti-Catholic. Rizal in Dapitan. On July 15, 1892, Rizal was brought under maximum security to the steamer SS Cebu headed by Captain Delgas, which sailed to Dapitan. On his way to Dapitan, Rizal carried with him a letter by Father Pablo Castells, superior of the Jesuit Society in the Philippines, to Father Antonio Obac, Jesuit missionary in Dapitan. Here are the picture of Father Pablo Castells and Father Antonio Obac. Father Castells informed the missionary that Rizal could live in the Jesuit mission house on the following condition: that Rizal publicly retract his errors concerning religion and make statements that were clearly pro-Spanish and against revolution, that he perform the church rites and make general confession of his past sins, that henceforth he conduct himself in an exemplary manner as a Spanish subject and a man of religion. But Rizal did not agree with the conditions. Rizal decided to stay at Captain Ricardo Carcinero's house, which he was told oversees activities daily. Captain Ricardo ordered his people to closely observe Rizal. Rizal was given permission to go anywhere and was even permitted to cultivate the land near the plaza. He reported to the captain at least once a week. As days go by, Rizal and Captain Carcinero became close to each other. The relations between Rizal and the captain were warm and friendly. Rizal admired the kind and generous Spanish captain, and on August 26, 1892, the captain's birthday, Rizal wrote a poem entitled A Don Ricardo Carcinero. On September 21, 1892, The mailboat Butuan was approaching Dapitan carrying a lottery ticket number 9736, jointly owned by Captain Carcinero, Jose Rizal, and Francisco Exile, who won the second prize of 20,000 pesos in the government-owned Manila Lottery. Rizal's share of money was 6,200 pesos. He gave 2,200 pesos to his father, 200 pesos to Basa in Hong Kong, and he invested the rest of his money by purchasing agricultural lands along the coast of Talisay. According to Wenceslas Retana, lottery was Rizal's only find. If we are going to recall, Retana was challenged to a duel by Rizal because of the article he wrote in La Epoca, claiming that the reason why Rizal's family and friends were ejected from their lands in Calamba was because they failed to pay their rent. But Retana apologized and they become good friends. 3 pesetas is the amount that Rizal allotted for lottery tickets every month. Rizal and Pastel's debate on religion. The debate started when Father Pastel sent a book by Sarda to Rizal with an advice that the latter should desist from his foolishness in trying to view religion from the prism of individual judgment and self-esteem. The debate can be read in 4 letters. Rizal was bitter against the friars because they commit abuses under the cloak of religion. Father Pastel tried to bring back Rizal to Catholicism by telling him that human intelligence is limited. Thus, he needs the guidance of God, which is true, because God is the most powerful being. No matter how intelligent a person is, without God, he is nothing. But behind the debate, Rizal and Pastels were friends, as evidently pictured when Father Pastel gave Rizal a copy of Imitación de Cristo by Father Thomas Kempis, and when Rizal gave Pastels a bust of St. Paul, which he had made. Rizal also continued to hear Mass and celebrate religious events. Mr. Juan Lardet, a French businessman whom Rizal had a conflict. Juan Lardet purchased many logs from the lands of Rizal, and it so happened that some of the logs were of poor quality. So Lardet wrote a letter to Antonio Miranda, Rizal's friend, expressing his disgust with the business deal. Miranda forwarded the letter to Rizal, and when he read the letter, he flared up in anger. So he confronted Lardet and challenged him to a duel. When Captain Carcinero heard of the incident, he told the Frenchman to apologize rather than to accept the challenge. So he wrote a letter to Rizal, apologizing for the insulting comment. Rizal and Father Sanchez. In his aspiration to reconcile Rizal with the church, Father Pastels sent to Dapitan Father Obac, the Cura of Dapitan, Father Jose Villaclara, the Cura of Dipolog, and Father Francisco Paula de Sanchez, Rizal's favorite teacher at Ateneo de Manila. Estudio sobre la lengua Tagala, or study of the Tagalog language, was the manuscript that Rizal gave to Father Sanchez on his birthday. In Dapitan, Rizal was visited by his mother, his sisters Trinidad, Maria, and Narcisa, as well as his nephews Teodosio, Estanislao, Mauricio, and Prudencio. Rizal built a house by the seashore of Talisay, surrounded by fruit trees, a school for boys, and a hospital for his patients. One night, Rizal was visited by Pablo Mercado, a spy who pretended to be his relative, and showed a photo of him and a pair of buttons with the initials PM as evidence of kinship. The spy offered to be Rizal's courier of letters for the Patriot